Al-Wahab Farouk, international diplomatic consultant, ebano amai anyonkofa, amai enkita hudia. In fact, wabene ewomoye pa na sauti sa okasa. Na he speaks with facts and figures. He don't just say, but he backs whatever he says with facts. You granted an interview one of the TV stations, and I said one of the media platforms in Ghana. And I said within the space of 2 to 3 years in Yemen. Coup ahodo akoso West Africa ha. And I said Africa ha. Na no. And I said coup ahodo or we should expect more coup. Na Al-Wahab Farouk Nenchema Odemaya no say we should expect more coup. Na osai sende message bi and I say okay and send bi efa Ghana. Yeah, host and ebisana say na Ghana so coup ebetimasi eha ana. Na mepeso bekama na yakotie sene Al-Wahab Farouk and say anasa sene Al-Wahab Farouk host na ano. Sky Ghana TV, yede political news ne and sama hodwa itwagu Ghana ene de bro. So we ni ha ana wota share na wonya subscribe ya. Ebe subscribe to channel no. Wa click notification bell no so. We are share ma afofran so ensa enkabi. And don't forget say obeche wadwen ewo comment section ho. Kame ho na yentie and sama Al-Wahab Farouk edituja ebra granted interview.
Farouk, from 2020, basically close to 3 years now, 5 coups in Africa. Do you see more coups coming? Africa has said, what the work has said Ghana, the Al-Qaeda for creating to sorry, so
yes, more coups are bound to follow. The point is,
maybe West Africa.
Yes, East Africa is settled. East African countries are settled. Kenya, on coup d'etat. Tanzania, on coup d'etat. Rwanda had their way. It was a genocide. And which Ubeyi, your friends of Burundi, were settled. Uganda, it has been settled. And to the eastern part of Africa is not the issue. The frontline states, South African belt, Omunim coup, Botswana nim coup, Zambia nim coup. What I say? Zambia nim coup, South Africa itself onim coup have appetite etwem eko onim coup d'etat. Swaziland onim coup, Lesotho onim coup, Angola onya Savimbi, Julius Savimbi uprising. Unita bandits 25 years after Unita Savimbi, they have never had any kind of uprising. Look at all the frontline states. Mozambique, from Savora Machel, when they couldn't since that time up to now, there hadn't been any coup d'etats. Malawi, no coup d'etat. But let's come back to the coup destinations. It had been from post-colonial West Africa. And West Africa, where was it and how was it? The whole African continent of 54, 56 countries, with the St. Anthony, Mokabekanwa, 56, British. About 33%, and the French are taking about 35%. Put the two together. Portugal, for Portuguese, will be 7 countries on the continent of Africa. Spanish for Fabako. Egypt, nobody colonized them. Libya, we colonial masters. Italy, no colonizing. Ethiopia, we colonizing. Then we have the French provinces of Morocco, Tunisia, and then Morocco, Tunisia, and Nigeria. They are coming in. The central part of Africa was picked by the French, except the Belgian who took the Congo side. And now about West Africa, about 11 of them, all of them were swept by the French because it was an arrangement. British in America 4 years say, Yanya ko East, into Yanya ko East, into French Monfa West, into some few countries. How come the whole East Africa? They need one apart from Djibouti, and Abakas were somehow French related. Omar can be were French related. And Tomba West Africa, and from Central Gabon, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Bongi, and Congo, Brazzaville, and your friend is saying, the Kinshasa DRC, Equatorial Guinea, Nebeshemu, Yakan, the whole Central African bought French for there. Now you come to West Africa, you can take out Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, and then Nigeria. We French. Now look at it. Ghana's independence in 1957 was a striking one. Striking in a way, say we didn't have a militant approach to secure independence. We had a dialogue, and a certain confederation gave birth to the 100 years, 1844, leading to that, preparation stimulation, about my independence 1957. When we got the independence 1957, the declaration on the part of Ghana is that the independence in Kwan is not until the two Africans liberated. So 1957, when Ghana stimulated that agenda in the minds of the African countries, West, I'm referring to, a uprising started here. So the French, who were then in the West Africa, bigger and larger than the English, which country? 1958, and the Guinea, as I say, go. Yes, we are. So it is even wrong for anybody to say Guinea Guinea didn't gain independence from France. France didn't even give them independence. They were the first this country almost started the approach on the French hardline, and the French withdraw it. So withdrawal in effect meant say the French had granted them. It was not up so far Zunkroma join it. Shagini, Secretary went about 23 years. Last Country went about 3 years, 23 years. So when you come to the French Africa, Ghana independence as Secretary, as also and 1958, and they sparked the controversy and the heat on the French on the West Africa. In the art of anger, French fought in 1960 between April, May, June, July, August, and October. All the French countries in go and check. Omobia independence, out of anger. Togo didn't demand April, no do man 1st August, no do man July, Cote d'Ivoire July, no the Senegal man October, no do and no more independence. So the French got angry. And in moving and going out, what did they do? They gave them the independence here, the mama. We are not like the English. We are giving you 60%. And then we are holding 40%. Yeah, we are holding 60%, and you hold 40. So the French took 60. Meaning what? Said the French Constitution over adopted 60%, and the independent. Remember, and all of them blindly, hurriedly, they signed. And Paris was turned out to be the French metropole for these West African countries. And when they were giving them the independence, Diouf, and they took all of them to be French deputies at the Ministry of what? Agric or Paris. Into all the French post-independence in Iran, no be a deputy minister of Agric. And whoever wants to hold our interest will protect you. So they became French protégés. Into West African coup d'etats started. Ghana, but it wasn't surprise. Post-independence, both the West Africa, 1958, if you independence in 8 years, Ebika 6 years, Nigeria 6 years, Ghana 8, 9, Kwame Nkrumah, French forum. Apart from Secretary, Omar Kano, Shakwanya. One first school after the first post-colonial civilian government, and I said whichever the French for the man, and in the case of West Africa that you are referring, we are talking about the Sudan republics of West Africa. The Sudan Republic was Senegal and then Mali. How many times a Mali who coup? Senegal or who coup that? Only Mauritania, which was part of the Senegal. Mauritania were several coups. Senegal went to Manjabiba because they were worshiping the Alpha till today in Omni coup. Now come to West Africa. They give West African their friend saying, West Coast proper. Mali, the coup, were back to back. Now French, anytime Omo President Biana and leader Biana French be back no. It has gotten to the time said the public and the citizens and the military they got angry. Why? Because Mali nye coup nipa Malienda. They do the coup or they have the coup in protest of the French, how they protect those presidents. And then interestingly, some civilian governments now boys not to true. They themselves and military to it was the special forces they created by themselves. Are you getting me? Mali Goita and back to back. Goita was a special force created by Malian president. And what didn't come out French legionnaire Omo Afghanistan. Domboya, my good friend, of Afghanistan.
Your own good friend Domboya.
Yes. What didn't call Domboya? Or didn't call Afghanistan, didn't call French troops, and no American in that to Nakoye, into Konya experience. Look at Domboya's age. My brother name age with. Almost small boy, at the age of about 38, no a colonel. A French legionnaire, and we'll buy and what tin special forces. Last and Alpha Conde train special forces, the man. Or the man, no, the boy was not submitting, he was not respecting even the friend is a army of Guinea. In Tijuana, too, no funny Alpha Conde. And Alpha Conde, French property, only the first democratically elected president of the Republic of Guinea. Only making sure, say, Lassana Conte, after Lassana Conte, military leader, no about 1 year, or year, you know, a friend is a Alpha Conde. Or yeah, election also 5 years term, 6 years in a while. In the 5 years, watch out 2 terms there we are then buy. He tried to go the 3rd time, and of course he succeeded in changing the constitution, and France said nothing because they protected him. And we used the same Domboya, and we did boon opponents, and we did G. Domboya we are not so okay. Now more of our constitution, yeah. We say Lassana any Domboya mu abuse no secretary no. Now we say 3 terms. And what same? And Alpha Conde, Echo was nice. I know we are not then. Also, Conde lives at like a statesman in Dubai. Domboya man, the dial castle will tell radio some catch and say, Ned read the man.
Yes,
who's good to power the many D. Make a Martin in Chain. What Tiana, they say, Echo was sanctioned, Pediasi declaration. Obet my sanction Kokoba. Echo was obet my sanction Kokoba. Then let's come to Mali. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, now the Danko Akufo-Addo, he was then the ECOWAS chair. Mali greater 6 months, maybe 6 months, you know, a table and chair, any protest of ECOWAS, they are sanctioned. And then now come to Burkina, Tabori's government. Tabori, after the fall of Blaise Compaoré, nyame adawoma nyame tuminti ene say why a mad person wa bodam ohun ade onim wiase bibia onim ne whereabout a oti Côte d'Ivoire why waste. You don't toil and pray and play with a country like that. Okum your friend Sankara ene the only name etimi pie free your friend say Blaise Compaoré no on this Sankara bien elewu. That is what yes Sankara about why as mutimi kan no ne yiri gina ha onim no ne ba gina ha onim no. See how the world is. Enti Kabore benya chance pose the junta onu ko enu menya chance no. They were telling you say insurgents abiwum, Al-Qaeda abiwum, jihad abiwum, rebels abiwum. Enti momian fight wo mu Kabore said there be muncha because the interest of the French said these rebels now they are using French were selling ammunition and taking advantage of the situation. And when they lead the Damiba, Ebe Kua, also so yeah, Najin say, or yeah, Traore. Look at what is happening at Traore, small boy, 35 years. Also, no more French as an official language. Is it different from Goita? No more. Domboya, my good friend, Kokosha Adia Waye within the 1 year, I'll be a president and as a head of state of Guinea. From Conakry to come back Sierra Leone border, double asphalt. It has never happened. Why? Guineans are happy with him. Now it's coming to the north. Where is it? Baby to say Niger. Niger post independence 1960. Why you could it task 9? Civilian government, my friend Mamudu, Yusuf Mamudu, on the year be quiet. And then the second one, Bazoum, where Omabetunu. But then here is the story of Niger. Niger have 2 frontiers of citizenry. The black ones, you know, Buzu, and the fair ones, you know, Fulanis. Now, Fulani for now. Na am say, Sabi, the Kra market, the Yejumarkets here, the Sako school, and the Buzu for no, as a Sensika, and I say, Sensika. Look at one country. The dynamics and the diversities, and the sudden aspect of it. It's time, Biana. Fulani only military. Yes, for the military. So the power is with the military. And now, where are they located? What shall be a Fulani for war? Open the water top. And that Buzu form, Abedi Agada Seba down. up to Sokoto border, Leila. Now, from Algeria, all this bosom, any Mamadou Yusuf Kokofo, they are Algerians from the Haga Plateau, from the Jeanette. Now we cross from Jeanette on the Tamara set, Arlet, Asamaka, Ebeba over 1,000 kilometers. Abebedu Agadasin, Sebi, Abrofono, Omun Tido Mako School. Inti elitism and the man anger and the French support for the elite political class of the Niger. In the thousand of any accident, Coup arrived after Mamadou Yusuf. Mamadou was a very dialogue diplomatic guy. He was able to handle the military. But this guy was looking down upon them. And here is the case. Which country in Africa has the best uranium? It is the Niger. French for and their boy uranium. And the boys are not happy. And they are not happy. They are not fairly treated. ECOWAS is aware of all this kind of socio-economic and dynamics of that region. Omanyan Mushe. And it is a Obipa or Fetu. $1. Akokoba, Abdurrahman Chianino, Wankuma Akokoba. There was no pricing. Tisa Unipa Dumboya then, Wankuma Akokoba. Greta, Wankumobia, Traure, Wankumobia. Because they are all special forces boys. And where they budget power. Now ECOWAS says, one more 2 days. Tinubu, for God's sake. Now ECOWAS is serious. Obi our bear president. One young cabinet. Only ministers, apart from service commanders, Madam for Tinubu, why they or their moment, now would deny ECOWAS chair. And they call the bluff and they are talking tough. They are money 2 days. Guinea. 2 days, why in a day?
Now, some time ECOWAS man, Wawadam for Domboya, Guinea, two. Maybe time, catch me say, Enkusiaga, Omunye Mema to even say that. Omunye Mema, Omun repeated the Omaka, maybe Ankusi up to date. But then leader near different from this today's leader of ECOWAS.
Papa. We had once president on the West African region at the time, near Feno, IBB, Ibrahim Babangida. Only the Yisika, and the Nigerian troops, and Excellency John J. Rawlins, Eddie General North Krenu, Eddie Kahun, and Romoko Ekumok. Nigeria, Yini Babangida view. Obasanjo, were Yisika. Good luck, were Yiska, Yeredua, were Yiska, Ekumak Dino, Nano Nidama. I'll bet Mati ECOWAS troops. Mali, Guetano, or no funny troops in Kosopoto. And Guinea, unfunny troops in Kosopoto. Burkina Faso, unfunny troops in Kosopoto. Niger, unfunny troops in Kosopoto. Islamic troops are only hardline fighters. Oh, West Africa. These are the countries. Obianti mi go win house against them. And the Ghana and Eraser and I said Tinubu, or no intimate fighting with the Delta insurgents. On intimate fighting with Boko Haram, we now started case in Ukraine. And on the troops, Nigerian troops, then we did not Niger. And they are just a waste of energy. Now, let's come back to the frontier of Republic of Ghana. Togo. Top radio. The East. Togo, Ayadema. Throughout the time, I would dear, or make sure so no opposition. Olympio. Obetra Ghana, Yadema Kachens, there's also your opposition leader. Uncle Foni, who has also Mikuma Bra, maybe opposition Waha, when Tima got the Ghana and I'm say, Name, Ayani Roberton and Safreno. Now, the next opposition leader happened to be Kofi Kofigo. Ayadama was able to deceive him. Tacha and Kofigo, only the most sensible opposition leader, Menya. We need such a Togo food, including me. Brana for opposition and best support me. In the case reference, His Excellency John Mama, and Yanado Dankwa, His Excellency said, Omra no Mama John Mumu Ghana. Now I call. This is the case what happened to Kofigo. We are no man the Prime Minister of Togo, or the man we are and Ayadama say, Young reconciliation statement can't you Togolese say now all Togolese are why you know position being one government and Okoye and Adiachian was who betray will lead on call for. You can't be a good leader. If you go 1 year more than 61 years and we are then Osakeno, where we are in the country. Well, who I'm here in the back. A Yadema 4 Yadema was in Paris. One Kabila and your friend is Guinea Kuteria and the Bano and no Moko discourse. Ne ba eyeni ni Karim a wono wo Togo no defense minister half cast no 4 year dem ma no yeah the president they assume because only the feel lama kokono ne ma me by France half and the French here to go ne half here to go watch no is his excellency I'm referring because he's a French speaking person our president. The West African leaders are not aware. Say 4 years the man watching in opposition from day one. Obedi ade bepem the boy need the hoa need help. Deteriorate. Echo was new man kasai. Do you know what is happening in Togo or what's going to come? They might not have an idea. And you want try ma assembly konkosi. Now we are also a sanction. That is the case of Togo. Now Benin, Patrice Talon. Patrice Talon has been able to establish and stabilize the economy, being one of the modest and the best economy on the West African continent with zero account because we're a businessman not on cotton. And to Benin there or you safe, we need problem. Now let's talk about Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, nobody knows what will happen post Alassane Ouattara. With all due respect, there's no president in West Africa. But no president in West Africa, why year Juma within the last 10 years, even though the idea of coming to power was the fact that when we introduce you, we are introduce qui est Ivoirien, politique Ivoirité, the politics of la Côte d'Ivoire, qui est Ivoirien, who is an Ivorian, mère ou bien père, mère et père. That was Bédier. Or say, oh, mamma, no papa, you could do no, me, yes, I just to sack Alassane Ouattara from Prime Minister or the Sakeno. Laurent Gbagbo by or say, mère ou bien père. Either your mother or your father, one of them being an Ivorian, can be a very Ivorian. Say, Nana Alassane Ouattara unqualified. And what team the bay, it didn't 10 years. Nanka Laurent Gbagbo a track for 10 years, and a Soron Guillaume, who is a northerner from Cote d'Ivoire, and on who do power 10 years, they divide the country, giving way for elections and or the buy. Or the buy and Soron Guillaume exile and France. But now, Alassane Ouattara, we're trying 10 best years. Were delivered too much for his age as a president. But we are the last time a son 2 years ago, and then he managed to change the constitution of Cote d'Ivoire. What does it mean? Say the same constitution also Laurent Gbagbo person called term, and who normal you the same constitution of Alpha Conde or called term, and in the same constitution of Mali, a try say or we're trying 10 years what the man ban, and then I go to the true ban. Now, Cote d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara said the constitution, one party, MPP, ultimate for 3 terms, betting their two, and this betting their two. Name of no 10 years in Yeno, where Jacko joined PCP into a PCP candidate, and no what the Babaye president, what they call 15 term. But now, Ocean a work create any name wire. Even Laurent Gbagbo, ye no bayano, or Alassane to a bien travail. You've worked well. It's a horn. You're trying 5 years in here. Cote d'Ivoire is still volatile. Now let's look at.
Drop him Ragana Kakra because of time. Now can maybe say, what led Emma this or coup ni see? You know, are we seeing the same problem in Ghana here?
I will not say yes, and neither would I say no. But I will say. Ghana is a different case scenario because the French, the English, ECOWAS, Nigeria ending the coup on Conhubium. After Jame, Adam Barry, or no crown Shokaya, or scheme, the opposition, your coalition, Editria Yaya Jame, Editu no. I'm not in a land in our way, Juma Kulukulino. Year alliance after 3 years, on for power, no moon fan to table, so no moon selected new leader. Or Kaomi in Bunchai, but being an English country, no Gambia, one year, Oman Yedidi, or first Macon second term. Mother Bio of Sierra Leone is the story different? The story is not different because, now unless Kuroma regime were criticizing now you'll be better Ghana has started 19 years because so too last a Friday said to Valentine's Strasani side Musa and you are informed no better than to all corner you obey a president 6 years ago. Some of us any George Upon we are president of Liberia and other presidents and Penfobu Kroma Ghana. You know they see the seriousness in the eyes of Mother Bio. But 6 years I mean Anabicano. Send you who. It's a little bit, but was I election last month? I went, Obi Niasem, Obi attacking, no coup d'etat. Ghana is the same thing. Yeah, they catch yourself. People are fed up and tired. Now country not force, and yet the government, the individual Ghanaians, in the pushy country, they not come middle beds, more or less. And when we have a bigger middle class, Obi Otiabo so kind, excuse me to say, on share that team in the back, I've in school, they not call GISA. That person will not be on the street, say, or person will call them because of somebody politics. That's Becon's Ghana, and that is the aspect of Ghana. We should not compare ourselves to the French. In view of that, and I'm a Ghanaian political leaders, shamefully, or taking advantage of the calmness of Ghanaians, and they do what they are doing. Either than that, it's the most peaceful country that you can ever work with. It's the most peaceful national that you can ever change any constitution. But they are not doing the right thing. They know purposely the Ghanaians will not back. It's not the case of the French. If it is the French, they depend solely on the government. And because of the anger against the French, all of them are striking against the French. Now, let me give you the last example of Senegal. Abdul-Wahab, at the age of 80, Obey a president, he did the best 10 years, more than combined of the Ghana Fourth Republic presidents. Abdul-Wahab. See every hospital in every district in Senegal every year. A new hospital, new airport every year. One of the modern standard airports in Dakar. A double road about 25 kilometers. A hotels in Addis Ababa. Over corner or the political son Pakistan. Because he tries and cover Juma Wire, Yaman in Cotem Kahon, Makisa catching the papa on for Passa, se Papa Siba. Man, yes, sir, Essia Becassa. But look at what happened yesterday. Makisa trying 10 years a year, next year Senegalese election, or say, or change the constitution or portray. Now, what does it confirm? It confirms Makisa Nadafo Nalasa Watara, what change the constitution. Makisa Nadafo, and Alpha Conde, and Alpha Conde at the time I know my president on the net on Cote d'Ivoire Cocoa. He was the merchant of Cote d'Ivoire Cocoa as a Guinean. She said the scenario in city, and you have been opposition boy, Usman Soronku. As we speak, the boy is in house arrest. We are journalists. About some 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, Senegal was in flames. It didn't lead to coup d'etat because Omni Kuda, and they listened to the AFAS. Religious leaders in Kasa no Majan. But Macky Sall is changing the constitution to go to third term. ECOWAS were him. Have they talked? I've never seen the condemnation starting with mine from Ghana president, not the Nigerian president, not the Togolese president, not Alassane Ouattara, not any of them, and I condemn the actions of Macky Sall. And if you look at Senegalese today, almost peke arms, say yeah, man. To put all this thing together, my statement, underlying statement, in say West Africa. The ECOWAS must scrap that kind of organization. It's just a waste of time and energy because all their protocols, the same treasury, the same border, the same migration, the same system, ECOWAS in Yejuma. And they should dare not say, Odia Koyoku, Niabema sanctions. Then our ma Togo Londa, Togo ma Benin Londa, Nigeria ma Liberia Londa, Liberia ma Guinea Londa, and Tiakoas no, who sanction Obinu, and then are the sanction.
Farouk, next week, Menya was still say, but from Monday, I'm out for the chance after because what was Siache, Waba.
You have no call credit.
Anya, Uti, Al-Wahab, Farouk, Nesema, or there to Jack. Efa Coup ahodo a ekoso ewo West Africa ha na yebisa na se coup ahodo ebesansi anane ase no eto atwa no Al-Wahab Farouk nintere mu anasa ne projection and say we should expect more coup na Ghana ha de your conditions no and the environment no enya de coup ebetimi asi ewo Ghana ha, and that is what we are expecting. We are not preaching for coup, and we are hoping say you be enjoy this democracy we have. Ghana menewodia adru meno so say baby atwaso medase say wa share video no akosi till we meet again, and don't forget say I didn't trivia fashion comment section makra.